Welcome to MMO Grinder Sidequest, where I take a look at closed beta and paid trial games, giving you a quick first impression. Today I'll be looking at Defiance, the third-person action shooter MMO by Trion Worlds in collaboration with the SyFy network, which will be debuting a television show on April 15th that takes place within the same universe, launching shortly after the game, which will be available on PS3 and Xbox in addition to PC. The game's graphics are decent, hardly top of the line, and ground textures aren't the most detailed, but it allows for a smoother frame rate and compensates for the sheer amount of action that can take place at one time. When starting out, it's a bit tough discerning friend from foe, but you'll get used to it after a while, and luckily there's no friendly fire mechanic in this game, unless you count being able to harm yourself with explosive weapons. Music in the game is decent as well, with a lot of it playing for ambiance, but other tracks starting up when entering certain missions or battles. I tend to like these tracks, but when they go on for extended periods of time, they tend to be rather short loops and wear thin after a while. Sound is what you'd expect from a shooter, and there's plenty of voice acting to go around, with your ego offering warnings and advice in a semi-constant, occasionally Navi-like manner. Your character might yell out warnings when afflicted by status effects or nearing death, and each cutscene is fully voice acted. Speaking of the ego, the entire leveling system in the game revolves around this feature. The ego is an internal computer system that allows you to perform powers beyond your normal abilities, with the game letting you choose between 4 of them at the start and unlocking perks as you gain more ego power. Your ego power is similar to your level in other MMOs and limits what you can upgrade and occasionally equip. As a shooter, this game uses a multitude of guns as weaponry, from standard and alien versions of your typical assault rifles and shotguns, to less conventional weapons, like infectors. Similar to a mechanic in Borderlands, ammo pertains to a small group of weapons, and some weapons might use the same ammo pool. You can have a primary and secondary weapon equipped that you can switch between at any time. The game features a mount-style travel system in the form of vehicles, usually ATVs, cars, and trucks, that can be summoned at nearly any time, making getting around much easier. You get one early on, but can earn, purchase, and unlock more. Also, I hope you like product placement, because it seems Dodge was the only automobile manufacturer to survive the alien apocalypse. I really like how Trion handles the questing system, giving you basic story-focused multi-tiered missions, episode missions that take place alongside characters from the TV show, along with side missions, dynamic events like finding a group of people under attack and having the option to save them, hotshot missions where you fight off waves of enemies in order to get a high score, race missions where you use your vehicle or an assigned vehicle to navigate a course of rings in a set amount of time, and finally there's massive dynamic events called Arcfall events, where you defend or destroy a crystal from or during waves of enemy attacks. Some Arcfall events even have a massive boss battle at the end, and completion of the events grants you some experience and keys and Arcfall scrap to unlock some decent items. It seems most quests in the game don't require you to be in a group with anyone, and kill credit or node credit can be awarded to you just by being there when someone else does it. It's a good thing when areas get crowded, but some who prefer individual glory might not like that. Of course, if you're downed in battle, any other player can revive you, and some perks and items might reward you by doing so. When you're down, you can slowly crawl around to other players or into cover, or on occasion just revive yourself. If you're unable to be revived, you'll respawn at a nearby spawn point with a small penalty to the cash that you were carrying, another similarity to Borderlands. As a buy-to-play game, this game offers the option to purchase some items in-game with cash shop points. Some of these items can be earned or unlocked in the game as well, while more cosmetic items like alternate outfits require purchase. You know, I'm actually really liking this game so far. Trion knows how to combine mission-driven gameplay and dynamic events in a way that neither seems shoehorned in. It's combining the best elements I'd seen in PlanetSide 2 and Firefall, including some fairly interesting and humorous story elements. How it'll all tie in and remain in sync with the upcoming show definitely has me interested now. This has been an MMO Grinder Sidequest, and it's time I logged out.